Hi, tonight I want to talk about adherence to exercise, because it's something that so many of us struggle with, myself included, just sticking with it. Because let's be honest, exercise is really hard and often uncomfortable. Yes, it feels good. Yes, it's rewarding and enjoyable. Yes, there are endorphins and all that, but it's hard. It's hard to stick with. So I have learned over the years some practical small things that you can do that will help with adherence. So one tip, if you're new to exercise or you haven't exercised in a while, rather than just like diving in full bore, like 3.5 hours a day of, vigorous exercise, actually start small. I know it's counterintuitive. You'd think going hard and doing more would be best, but actually doing small, realistic, measurable activities is best for the long haul. And then you actually can see yourself progress and you can see success happening and you're motivated. It's motivating to see yourself able to take on more and more, whereas the other leads to burnout, discouragement, overtraining, and frustration. So that's one tip. Ease into it. Make it measurable. Make it realistic. Another tip is, if you're new or struggling with adherence, talk about it. Talk about your exercise. Make it a huge part of your vocabulary with your friends and family and coworkers. Make sure everyone knows what you're up to. Facebook about it. Make sure that if you do Zumba every Monday night, that everybody knows you do Zumba every night. So like people don't even call you on the phone because they're like, oh, they're in Zumba right now. Make sure, like if you do, CrossFit in the morning before you go into the office, talk about it so that everybody knows you're coming after CrossFit. It just adds a little layer of accountability because someone might just ask you, how was that class? How was your long run? How was whatever? How was insanity this morning? Another thing is actually have a set time. Don't just leave it up to, I will do it today. I will do it tomorrow. But like pin down a time. I tend to encourage people if they're not sure to do it earlier, but whatever works for your schedule. But if it's 6 a.m., if it's 9 a.m., if it's during your lunch hour or whatever, write down the time. And actually that leads to the next point, which is write it down. So A, have it scheduled in your mind as to what time of day you're always going to do it. But B, actually write it down. Put it in your Google Calendar. Write it on your to-do list for the day, because something magic happens when we pen something. When it goes from our head to paper. Like, I believe in that. The magic happens. That's why we write our goals down. Gotta write our goals down. Not just dream. Put them on paper. So that's another tip of it that will help with adherence. Meeting people, if you're a gym goer, meeting people there, that can help, because A, you might meet people that you like spending time with, and then that's motivating because you get to go spend some time with some people that you like. But also, even if you don't like them, I'm just kidding. Also, I was gonna say that they'll miss you then if you're gone. They're expecting you. So you're not just letting yourself down if you drive home from work instead of going to meet them, but you're letting someone else down too. So that can help with adherence. Meeting people, even if it takes getting out of your comfort zone to, to make sure people know your name and you know people's names at the club. What else? Setting your workout attire out the night before. Folding it up, getting a water bottle, maybe I do recovery drink, getting that all ready the night before. Putting it in your car or with your bag or whatever by the front door. That seems kind of small, but it's a helpful tip. There's definitely a psychology to exercise. So I have a couple of points here. One, just like just showing up, just pushing play if it's P90X, or getting in your car and driving to the yoga studio or the health club or whatever. Setting that ball in motion sometimes is like the hardest part, because we all know, like, once you start moving your body, you were made to move. Once you put yourself in motion, you fake it till you make it. Those endorphins, the brain chemistry starts to change and you start to feel good. Some of my best workouts are results of days that I was not motivated and I felt like a slug and I made myself go. Just autopilot, just go and then move and then it comes. And not every workout has to be a home run, you know? They're not all going to be home runs. But they count, you know? And then, what else? Putting your clothes out the night before, writing it down, meeting people, having a set schedule, having measurable, small, attainable goals, talking about it, making it part of your vocabulary. I'm recapping. Those are all helpful strategies. Oh, about the psychology of exercise. Also, like, get to know how your mind works, because sometimes, for example, when I'm cycling, it thrills me and motivates me to actually feel the burning in my lungs, the fatigue, my trashed legs, the discomfort's there, sweat dripping. Sometimes all that is very motivating to me. And so I think about it, I'm aware of it. And then other times it's not. Other times I actually need to like distract or dissociate from thinking about those discomforts to be able to keep pushing myself, or to be able to keep going, or to push harder. So maybe I need to like count, or maybe I need to like look at the person's shoes who's pedaling in front of me, you know, some type of distraction. So that knowing how you tick and what strategies help you push harder or keep going, that's just something to think about and to be aware of, that there are strategies. You can play mind games and they do work. And then lastly, letting yourself have some rewards, like you know, maybe a new outfit. And by the way, it is motivating to have a new outfit. Like sometimes if you don't want to go to the gym, a new outfit will help, or a new pair of shoes or something like that, because you get to go show them off. Anyway, those are just a few thoughts on adherence and sticking to workout. Look, I know it's hard, but you're so worth it. And keep going. And don't quit. Keep moving. And fake it till you make it. Thanks for watching.